Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Queen of Pentacles. Okay. This feels like a very personal process that's happening right now. I'm seeing Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing Eight of Cups, and I'm also seeing Four of Swords too. So what this is looking like is that in your personal life, if there's stuff that you're doing right now that you like find yourself in the midst of doing it and you're like, I don't even want to, or like even before you get into something, keep in mind, because it's the Queen of Pentacles, I see this as being like your personal life. So it can be like your personal relationships, that type of thing. Not the only thing, but that type of thing. If you are finding yourself, like before you get into something, needing to like drag yourself into doing it, or while you're in the middle of something being like, why am I even forcing myself to do this right now? Or like, I really don't want to be doing this. It looks like you're going to be putting at least a pause on those things for right now, because I'm seeing Four of Swords. So this means that if you're doing anything that your heart is like not in the place to be doing it, you're going to be taking a break from it because you need time to recharge. And this is going to help you, it's going to help your energy, is what I'm seeing. This may subtly be shifting some things around for you as well. I feel too like maybe roles that you've been playing with in your personal life, you may be checking them out and be like, I don't know that I want to be doing that anymore. Just certain things. And how you would know it is because it would be certain like tasks that you give yourself or certain roles that you're playing where you're like, I don't know if this fits me so well anymore. I don't know if I want to like be doing that so much anymore. And it can be related to like your persona even, within, not like in a general sense, but more so in a, like when I show up here with this, to this place, or like with this person, or in this way, like that sort of thing, where there can be a whole lot of rethinking that's happening about the way that you're showing up within your personal life. And it does feel too with the Eight of Cups that there may be some, yeah, just stuff that you're mindful enough that you're paying attention to. And you're going to know because there will be certain things that you do where you'll be feeling so happy and so connected. And in comparison, there will be other things that you'll find yourself doing where you feel uninspired. And that's sort of what's going to be your compass as far as how to do this. The things that you feel excited about, or you feel like very present within the participation, or it brings like a smile to your face, or it allows you to feel at peace, or it brings a sense of comfort to you, you feel grounded. Those are the sorts of things that you're going to be like gravitating more towards. And also the things that you don't feel that way with, maybe things that you're going to either like take a break from for now, put a pause on in some way, maybe just focusing especially on the things that it feels like things that replenish you more than anything. And you could be feeling like you've been like working a lot or showing up a lot or doing a lot of things where it's like Queen of Pentacles can be like, I'm nurturing everybody, I'm taking care of everybody, or there being like a lot of things that are relying on you, or a lot of people that are relying on you, or you're like picking up after everybody. Queen of Pentacles is like those sorts of things when you think of somebody in their personal life, like within the place that they stay, and also within their private relationships. So it's very like I see within the birth chart, like that sort of thing. Like this feels very moon energy. And so there can be some stuff where you're like, I don't think that I want to be doing this anymore, or I'm feeling drained every time that I show up to do this, and I need some time for myself. So this feels like self-care for right now. Doing things that fill your cup. allowing the dread to end. I wonder what this Ten of Swords is. Once you put a pause on certain things, you may not be going back to them, is what this looks like. So it may help you. For those of you, I feel like this is the way that your guides are having you do it. Some of you, you may have a difficult time being like, nope, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore. But in order for you to perceive this as like putting a pause on it, like temporarily, once you actually put the pause on it, you may get into a spot where you're like, okay, no, I really could do without this, and then you're gonna like close it out for real. So things can continue to change. But that may be a way like mentally that makes things easier for you, especially to some of you, you may feel very busy. And so this idea, like you may be feeling busy, you may not feel completely like having all your energy there. And so you may just be in a spot where you transitioning in this way is actually going to be easier for you, where like from a conceptual standpoint, to say I'm gonna pause this rather than completely like throw it away or get rid of it or graduate from it, it may be easier conceptually to be like, let me put a pause on that. And once you see sort of how you feel recharged from not doing that thing, it may be something where you're like, I don't want to go back to it at all. And I'm seeing that's gonna help you move, because it looks like you could be feeling like you're hitting a bit of a wall, or like you're not progressing, or like things are moving very slowly. And this is just shedding extra weight that you don't need. So that's what's happening. And it's really going to pick up the pace for you in your personal life. Ace of Swords, that's it. You could have been feeling foggy too. Even though it really depends on where you are. Some of you, you've gone through this process and you're now at this point where you're like, I'm having a breakthrough now because of this. For others of you, you're at the beginning of this where you're sort of needing to check in about what it is that you're doing that you want to be doing or that you feel connected with versus what you may be like resigning. At this point, some of you, you could be in this middle part where you're like in that pause period where you're focusing more so on the things that you feel connected with and less so on the other stuff. Some of you, you're in the process of finalizing endings. And some of you, you're like moving. But everybody is moving in the direction of the Ace of Swords, which is that thing. This is majorly going to clarify things for you on a personal level, like with yourself. And it's also connected with your values, especially connected with what you do value currently, like what matters to you. And you participating in the things that matter to you and feeling more connected because of that, because you're also like meeting your needs in the process. I'm seeing the Devil here. This can be connected with Capricorn. Capricorn can be things that we assign ourselves as well. And also stuff that we feel we need to be doing that's not actually connected with the heart space. But we have other reasons for doing those things. But it's stuff that keeps you in cycles that you don't want to be in. And it feels too like there's some letting go of things that we've formed attachments with, the Devil and the Five of Cups. But you're actually liberating yourself, even though something is going on here and there may be like a process of mourning that's happening, it seems. I'm feeling like a burning in my right shoulder. Like it feels like at the very like tip of this. I feel like there are lots of reasons for this Five of Cups to be here. Like Five of Cups can be like, I'm recognizing this thing and like, how did it get this way? And now I'm letting go of it. It can also be like, I know that I'm attached to this thing and I know that I'm going to be better off without it. And so like, I'm mourning that. It's like this whole emotional process. For many different reasons, things are coming up for you. Ooh, this looks like interesting. Queen of Cups being here. So this can be stuff that like makes you feel complete, or stuff that you're doing where you're like, you may have attached certain roles that you were playing to your self-worth, and that's why you were doing it, or felt like you were supposed to, but it actually came from a place that wasn't allowing you to fully realize this. I feel like you're waking up emotionally too, maybe in a way that you felt disconnected. To have Queen of Pentacles in this position and Queen of Cups over here, this can be like a lot of like doing and responsibility and expectations of me doing this stuff and playing these roles and doing these things, and like everybody like relying on me for that. And it feels like through this process, which it's going to be like a painful shedding, it's going to be a challenging shedding depending on like how willing you are to surrender to this. However, this is ultimately about you feeling like you're connecting back with yourself. The devil can be like these skewed reasons that we have for doing things. And they're ones that like never actually allow us to tangibly like grab onto the happiness that we seek. Because it's like as soon as you get there, like that line that you feel like you've crossed is being moved ahead of you again. And it just feels like a game of catch up constantly with the devil. Because the devil, like you think about the archetype of Capricorn, where it's like, when is enough enough? And it can be these things that like we're going after. And it can even be in like an external physical manner. And then when we check in and connect back in with the Queen of Cups, it feels like this is a time to really be nurturing your emotional and your internal connection with yourself. And invest in that. So this is going to help you thrive emotionally. So for those of you that you may feel like you've been struggling a bit emotionally, it's because of there being this disconnection between your Queen of Pentacles energy and your Queen of Cups energy. But it's kind of like Queen of Pentacles needs to do the work and needs to do this stuff in order to sort of like liberate the Queen of Cups. And what this means is that Queen of Pentacles is you and the stuff that you've been assigning yourself, especially within your private and personal life, that you may be doing that you don't feel connected with, but you have some reasons for doing this. But when you look into your heart, you know that it's not reflective. But you have other reasons for doing it. So that doesn't mean you don't have reasons for doing that. That's what's been motivating you this whole time. But when you check in, you're like, I do this, and do I feel connected to it? Does it give me like satisfaction on a level that's deeper than the surface? No. And it's not everything. It's just certain things that you've been doing that ends up keeping you in this cycle where you're chasing your tail and you feel drained because of it and you feel disconnected emotionally. So this is you getting to a spot where you're going to move towards the things that you feel connected to, and that's what you're going to be investing in. It's like rather than investing in things that keep you caged, you're going to be investing in things where you can grow and where there's like where you feel connected to it emotionally with the Ace of Cups. So it's stuff that makes you feel alive and stuff that you want to be present for and stuff where you're like, wow, this is really like making my heart vibrate. It's like that sort of thing. And then you start seeing the connections between everything rather than feeling this sort of like this disconnect that's been happening. Capricorn placements too can be this like task rabbit sort of energy as well, where it's like, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do that thing over there. And then it's like you're doing all of this stuff and wanting to be productive. But then there's a disconnect between like what's going on emotionally for you and what you're getting done physically. And so this is about connecting that back. Really just by doing spring cleaning here, but this is all heart-based because of the cups. And that's going to help you enjoy things in a way that you may not currently be enjoying things. Some of you, you're feeling like a bit defensive mentally against this. Your ego is like, I don't know about that. You may be having some anxiety, but I'm seeing your higher self be like, This is what it is. It's time for you to be liberated, and it's time for some change, but it takes reflecting on these things. And some of you may feel uncomfortable with this Capricorn placement over here. Some of you may feel uncomfortable taking breaks and taking time to recharge, because your worth can be assigned to like your productivity. And I mean, your emotional health is very much tied to your productivity, but you may be not looking at it like that. You may be like, no, tangible tasks are. But then this part of you that's the Queen of Cups is like withering away, and it needs time to recharge. And so it means that it doesn't want to be expending your heart chakra, this part of you that is the Queen of Cups, that's emotionally connected. It doesn't want to be spending its energy anymore on things that it doesn't feel connected to, that you're like forcing it to connect with. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles is doing over here, because that Queen of Pentacles is like, let's do this and let's do that. And it's a lot of like physically the things that you're doing and these tasks that you're giving yourself and these like jobs that you have. But it's motivated by the devil. It's not motivated by your inspiration. And so it's motivated by stuff that is connected with like a sense of worldliness that's not giving you this internal peace, and that's why you're feeling a lack of it. So that's what this is basically like reconnecting with, and that's what's happening here. And you're going to have a breakthrough too, and this is going to reconnect you with an abundance mindset too, where you'll feel like in flow and in connection with that in a way that you haven't been, because the devil is here. So the devil is like reaching, and you still like never feel abundant because it's coming from a place of lack and chasing your tail. This is what's actually going to connect you with the abundance you've been looking for the whole time. So this isn't just you being like, I'm doing this and forgetting this side of me and now only focusing on this side. This is for all of the sides of you. So this is like an integration that's happening here. You're just giving more of a voice to the Queen of Cups, which is your like emotional side and your heart chakra and your feelings. And because of that, it's actually going to help with this other part of you that may be grasping, and you feel like you're still not able to like grab onto what you've been looking for. So it's going to help like on all sides of this. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.